humans will poach the white rhinos for their horns. Now, the white rhino's horns are made out of keratin, and keratin is the same protein that helps to make our hair and our fingernails. Now, the word white for white rhino has nothing to do with their color. It's a mispronounced Afrikaans word white, meaning wide, referring to their wide upper lips. Now, this big rock formation that we're going to be driving around is called a kopie. And right in the center of this kopie, there is a male lion up there resting. Now, lions do rest about 16 to 20 hours a day. They are nocturnal animals, so most of their activity takes place at night, and again, that does include hunting. Now, the females will do the majority of the hunting for the pride, and depending on the size of the pride, they'll do about 85 to 95% of the hunting on their own, while the male lions will typically stay back at the kopie to help protect the rest of the pride, especially if there are any young cubs present. Now, I do see a female lion over here just in the front of this kopie, and I'm going to come around so hopefully you guys can see their beautiful faces. Now, the male lions do have those big luscious manes around their face, while the female lions don't have any fur or hair around their faces at all. Oh, there's a second female lion down there. Oh, they're beautiful. Now, the big rock formation, like I mentioned earlier, is called a kopie, and the kopie does provide a really great vantage point for the lions to not only look for their prey, but also for them to look for any predators or intruders that may be coming into their territory.
What?
The lions eat gazelles, right? And antelope and stuff. So I wonder how many of those little tiny animals they have to put into
If they're raised in captivity.
Friends, now over to your right, there's some dark brown animals kind of standing up way back there along the tree line. The three that are a little bit larger are waterbuck, and then there's a smaller little dark brown animal with horns, that's a bontebok. The clutch of eggs that's closer to the front of the truck are ostrich eggs. Now, those waterbuck, which are the big dark brown animals, actually secrete an oil that helps to make their fur water resistant, almost completely waterproof.
Are you awake?
The oil that the waterbuck secrete is very, very sticky, so sometimes you may smell a waterbuck before you see them. But they also have two other features on their bodies to help us identify them. They have white circles around their bottoms, and the waterbuck also have really cute little heart-shaped noses. Now, the bontebok, which was a smaller dark brown animal with horns, was almost completely extinct at one point. It was originally poached for its coat, which can turn kind of a purple color in the sunlight. Now, over the past couple hundred years, thanks to some very kind farmers, the remaining 17 bontebok were gathered up and protected on some local farms. Over the past couple hundred years, that population has been able to grow. It's now a couple 100,000, but the bontebok are still endangered in the wild. Now, those ostrich eggs that I pointed out are actually the world's largest egg. They can typically weigh about 3 pounds or more. And their shells are so strong that the average adult human can stand on top of the eggs and their shells won't break. So ostriches often leave their eggs unattended because they feel pretty confident that predators won't be able to do too much or really any damage to them at all. Now, we are making our way back to Harambe Village, which means that our safari is coming to an end. But there are still quite a few animals for y'all to visit before you end your adventures here in Animal Kingdom. Now, if you guys are thinking about ending your journeys here in the park, I recommend checking out the Discovery Island Trail on your way out. It's a very short trail, but it is very diverse. There are some roseate spoonbills and lesser flamingo. There are also some smaller primates like gibbons and lemurs, and there's even some otters and red kangaroos. Now, personally, my favorite animals are located on the pathways that are around the big gray rocks that will take you to the entrance/exit of the park. There are some aardvarks and anteaters and porcupines, but my favorite animal over there is the babirusa. Now, there is a baby babirusa. It is the first and only baby babirusa to be born here in Animal Kingdom. And sometimes it gets a really bad case of the zoomies and just runs all around its little habitat. And it's one of my favorite things to watch. If you guys get a chance, please go visit the babirusa before you go home for the evening. Now, if there are any wilderness explorers explorers on board. You can go get your safari badge towards the exit of the Gorilla Falls Trail, so around this exit after you guys get off of the dock. Now, also for any wilderness explorers on board, for page number 15 of your book, the truck you have been riding is the Simba 1. Now we are just going to wait for this last truck in front of us to get unloaded and cleared out by the warden, and then we'll make our way up there. Before we head up to that dock, I just ask that you guys make sure that your face coverings are on over your nose and under your chin, covering your mouth, and then you'll have all of your personal belongings. Depending on where your journeys take you, can be quite the hefty trek all the way back here to Africa, so double check your rows, double check your pockets, and double check your hands for your loved ones.
Extending the train.
What is extending the train?
Make it go more in around.
Alright, friends, as soon as this truck moves, we will get up to that dock. On my right hand side, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. The doors will be gliding open. Have a wild evening, everyone.
Go where? You ready? Huh? What other ride you want to ride? I don't want to ride some more rides. I just need to use the bathroom. My belly full and not like we've been going so many days straight. Fine. You want to ride some more rides? Let's ride. I don't know what we got left. I got that dinosaur ride. Scared to see that? Alright, go potty. Oh, 4:45. 45 and 30. 45.
Face covering must fully cover your nose and mouth and on all times, including when taking photographs. The exception will be when eating or drinking while stationary. Guests that do not comply will be asked to leave. Wash your hands often and thoroughly, cover your mouth and nose with coughing and sneezing, and maintain physical distancing. Thank you for your cooperation.
Restroom.
Just down this way past those 3 white columns on your left.
How you can do that?